Hello everyone, and welcome to my Soap Twist 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The world of daytime television has long thrived on dramatic twists, emotional goodbyes, and the kinds of surprises that keep viewers coming back day after day. Dr. John Finnegan from The Bold and the Beautiful has captivated fans' hearts like few other characters. Finn, portrayed by the charismatic Tanner NOVLAN, began the series as a dedicated doctor with a mystery past, gradually becoming a pivotal protagonist in the show's tangled web of romance, family secrets, and high-stakes drama. His relationship with Steffi Forrester, played by Jacqueline MacInnes Wood, has evolved into one of the most passionate and turbulent pairings in recent soap history, affectionately referred to by fans as Shin. Their story has been fraught with challenges, from Sheila Carter's menacing influence as Finn's biological mother to life-threatening shootings, miraculous resurrections, and never-ending questions about loyalty and love. When reports circulated that Tanner NOVLAN might reveal huge news concerning his future, the soap world reacted with shock, sadness, and conjecture. As fans absorbed the notion that this popular actor would be leaving the part that has defined much of his career in recent years, social media platforms lit up with tweets echoing, "Goodbye, Finn." NOVLAN, who joined the show in 2020, breathed new life into the role of Finn. He wasn't just another gorgeous doctor cliché. He represented weakness beneath a tough facade, a guy torn between his adopted environment and the shocking discovery about his origin family. Finn's portrayal added layers, elevating him beyond a romantic lead to a symbol of redemption, forgiveness, and the effort to break free from toxic legacies. The disclosure, or what many understood as such, occurred amid a flurry of fan posts and video snippets spreading online, particularly on platforms like Facebook and YouTube, where soap spoiler accounts are common. The title screamed exits and narratives and heartbreaking goodbyes, typically accompanied by dramatic thumbnails of Finn in anguish or Steffi in tears. These pieces hinted that Finn's arc would end with him leaving Los Angeles, possibly after a tragic divorce from Steffi or a confrontation that compels him to choose between his marriage and his confusing relationship with Sheila. In soap opera tradition, such exits are rarely permanent, but they have significance because they alter the status quo on which viewers have come to rely. Tanner NOVLAN has always treated his work with professionalism and appreciation. In previous interviews, he has spoken lovingly about the cast and crew, referring to the program as a family. He has stated that playing Finn allowed him to explore profound emotional territory, ranging from the joy of fatherhood, sharing scenes with the young actors portraying Hayes, to the sorrow of betrayal and near-death experiences. Finn's journey has mirrored many real-life themes, including discovering shocking family secrets, navigating blended family dynamics, and battling for love despite apparently insurmountable hurdles. NOVLAN and Wood had evident connection, resulting in emotional on-screen scenes that varied from delicate reconciliations to explosive arguments. As word spread about this probable change, fans thought on Finn's significance to the program. He symbolized optimism in a world governed by plotting and vengeance. His medical knowledge was regularly called upon during crises, whether treating gunshot wounds or dealing with the unexplained illnesses that plagued the Forrester and Logan families. However, his personal life was never straightforward. Sheila's fascination with him caused ongoing tension, leading Finn to confront his identity and doubt his decisions. Many viewers enjoyed NOVLAN's handling of these intricate interactions, which added subtlety to a figure who could easily have been one-dimensional. Speculation about big news is frequently related to broader industry trends. Actors in long-running soap operas may seek new opportunities to expand their skills in primetime, film, or other endeavors. NOVLAN, given his acting expertise and growing reputation, may be looking for parts that present new challenges. Hallmark Channel appearances or other initiatives have been mentioned in passing in some stories, implying a turn toward lighter, more uplifting content following years of heavy drama. Whatever the specifics, the prospect of him leaving sparked a sense of nostalgia among long-standing viewers who had watched his character grow from newbie to cornerstone. The emotional influence on the audience cannot be overestimated. Soap operas create communities around their characters, and Finn's possible departure felt like losing a buddy. Comments expressing grief poured in, with lines like "Goodbye Finn" serving as a rallying cry. Some fans speculated that it was a narrative twist, a coma dream, or another resurrection plot, genre classics that allow for spectacular returns. Others viewed it as a natural progression, knowing that performers, like characters, must evolve and explore new pathways. Looking back on NOVLAN's tenure, it's evident he made an indelible impression. Finn's arrival gave new energy to the show, upsetting established relationships and bringing new problems. His relationship with Steffi began as a passionate romance, but evolved into something more meaningful, tested by charges of infidelity, familial involvement, and external threats. The couple's wedding, separations, and reunions made for some of the most memorable episodes in recent seasons. NOVLAN's acting during Finn's death and return was especially acclaimed for demonstrating his range from despair to determination. Aside from the romance, Finn's relationship with his mother Sheila provided psychological depth. Sheila, played by Kimberlin Brown, has become one of daytime's most memorable villains, and her relationship with Finn explored themes of nature versus nurture. NOVLAN played the confused son admirably, caught between loathing and an unexplainable attraction to the lady who gave him life. These moments frequently featured forceful monologues and confrontations, which elevated the content. As the news spread, discussions shifted to how the show may manage an exit. Soap operas thrive at developing people in ways that leave possibilities open. Perhaps Finn relocates for a medical fellowship, or a sad tragedy pulls him away, only to return later. Alternatively, recasting is an option, though NOVLAN's performance has become synonymous with the position. Fans wondered whether Steffi's plot will revolve upon new love interests or her independence, children, and job in the Forrester enterprise. Tanner NOVLAN made contributions both on and off-screen. He communicated with followers on social media, offering behind-the-scenes photos and expressing gratitude for their support. His cheerful manner and dedication won over both colleagues and fans. Many hoped that any big news he conveyed would include wonderful chances rather than regrets, praising his artistic development. Ultimately, farewells in this media are bittersweet. They finish one chapter while opening up other possibilities. Finn's narrative, as told by NOVLAN, is one of resilience and heart. Whether this represents a short pause or a more permanent transition, the consequence persists. Viewers will remember Finn's tender care, fierce protection of his family, and the love he shared with Steffi. The soap opera environment evolves, but characters like Finn and the actors who play them leave long-lasting memories that go beyond the screen. These types of announcements have far-reaching consequences. They stimulate discussions about daytime television's expectations, fan loyalty, and the balance between personal ambition and professional devotion. NOVLAN's experience reminds us that success in entertainment frequently requires difficult decisions, and his willingness to discuss his future plans exemplifies transparency in a profession that may be mysterious at times. Fans continue to express their love, rewatching favorite episodes and speculating on what may happen next. Some hold out hope for his return, while others wish him success in his new endeavors. The phrase "Goodbye Finn" encapsulates the general feeling, a mix of sadness for the character's impending absence and anticipation for the actor's next role. Finally, Tanner NOVLAN's Finn lives on through the emotional bonds he fosters. In a genre focused on continual drama, heartfelt farewells stand out, reminding everyone why these stories are so powerful. As the program progresses, the spirit of Finn, kind, conflicted, and courageous, will remain in the hearts of those who followed in his footsteps. The words "Goodbye Finn" have echoed loudly across fan circles, not as a formal farewell written in stone, but as an emotional reaction to major events involving Tanner NOVLAN and his future on The Bold and the Beautiful. For viewers who have followed Dr. John Finn Finnegan from his first appearance on the canvas, the prospect of losing him feels personal. Finn is more than just another soap character. He has become a symbol of stability, morality, and quiet strength in a world when turbulence is practically unavoidable. So, when Tanner NOVLAN communicated news indicating a change in his professional path, The reaction was immediate, strong, and extremely emotional. Tanner NOVLAN's journey on the bold and the beautiful has always been unique. When he first appeared on the show, he was not introduced as a legacy character or a long-lost relative intended to stir up short-term drama. Instead, Finn arrived as a grounded presence, a doctor with integrity, compassion, and an unassuming assurance that distinguished him. NOVLAN played Finn with restraint from the outset, preferring subtlety to melodrama, making him feel refreshingly authentic in a genre infamous for extremes. Finn's friendship with Steffi Forrester eventually became the emotional backbone of his plot. Their romance progressed with sincerity, defined by mutual respect and devotion. Fans loved them not only as a couple, but also as an example of what stability could look like in the soap opera world. That stability, however, has been frequently tested. Finn's unexpected parentage disclosure, which linked him to Sheila Carter, took the character into darker, more complex ground. NOVLAN responded to the occasion, producing performances that blended fear, devotion, fury, and love while maintaining Finn's underlying decency. Tanner NOVLAN's popularity skyrocketed during these high-stakes storylines. He demonstrated his ability to manage emotional intensity, moral struggle, and lengthy storytelling that required patience and depth. Soap aficionados take heed of these things. They invest not only on characters, but also in actors who are committed to the genre and give it their all. NOVLAN earned that respect, so any evidence of shift now feels significant. Tanner NOVLAN's big news concerning his future has been taken in a variety of ways, owing in large part to his attitude of deliberation rather than finality. Instead of dramatic pronouncements or last goodbyes, his comments evoked reflection, growth, and openness to what lies ahead. That nuance is important. It recounts the story of an actor examining his path and how it fits into his whole profession and personal life, rather than fleeing apart. Actors in daytime television frequently face a difficult choice. Soap schedules are hard, requiring long hours, emotional stamina, and a commitment that can last eternally. For many performers, the genre serves as both a blessing and a constraint. On the one hand, it provides employment security, consistent storytelling, and a dedicated fan following. On the other hand, it can be tough to spread out, especially if a character becomes strongly connected with a specific persona. Tanner NOVLAN has previously expressed gratitude for the opportunity provided by the bold and the beautiful, as well as his desire to pursue new creative endeavors. That interest does not necessarily imply departure, but it does indicate desire. NOVLAN's career prior to and during his soap run exemplifies versatility. From modeling to primetime gigs and film projects, he has always shown a willingness to advance rather than settle. His portrayal of Finn adds to his resume by demonstrating his ability to lead a major daytime storyline while being relatable and nuanced. It's understandable that after reaching that milestone, he'd start wondering what more he wants to achieve. Fans, of course, hear these reflections through an attachment filter. The prospect of losing Finn is like losing a familiar figure, someone who offered balance to a show that is frequently characterized by instability. That emotional response is understandable. Soap characters can stay in viewers' homes for years, even decades. They become part of our daily routines, background companions to real-life events. When an actor suggests change, it can feel like an interruption to that comfort. But it's crucial to distinguish between speculation and certainty. Goodbye Finn has become a rallying cry rather than a proven reality. Soap history is littered with exits that were not permanent, pauses that turned into returns, and stories that evolved in unexpected ways. Tanner NOVLAN's news appears to be more like a door gently opening, allowing light from numerous directions. It's unclear whether this means less screen time, a temporary absence, or simply a rebalancing of priorities. What makes NOVLAN's scenario so interesting is his respect for the audience. Rather than teasing or misleading, he has tackled questions regarding his future with candor and gratitude. He constantly thanks the fans that backed Finn and Steffi, who stuck by the character through pain and rehabilitation and continued to invest emotionally in the plot. Even in the face of doubt, acknowledgement creates trust. Finn's possible absence poses interesting storytelling questions. The character has become crucial not only to Steffi's storyline, but also to the show's moral environment. Finn signifies an ethical North Star, someone who responds to chaos with reason rather than emotion. Removing or sidelining him would undoubtedly upset the equilibrium, forcing other characters into unknown area. That type of upheaval is perilous, but it can also result in dramatic, fascinating drama if managed correctly. If Tanner NOVLAN took a step back, the show would have to balance respecting Finn's legacy with moving the story forward. Soap audiences are likely to reject changes that appear disrespectful or abrupt. A genuine shift would necessitate caution, patience, and an understanding of why Finn appealed in the first place. Whether that means putting the character into a long-term professional commitment elsewhere, exploring off-screen developments, or keeping the door open for a return, the decisions are important. For NOVLAN, the moment exemplifies a larger truth about creative vocations. Uncertainty is often necessary for growth. Staying in one position indefinitely can be comforting, but it can also limit artistic creativity. Stepping into the unknown, even partially, requires courage. It also necessitates faith in one's ability and the audience's desire to accompany the adventure. NOVLAN appears to embody this philosophy, embracing the future with curiosity rather than fear. There is also a personal aspect to consider. Actors are more than simply characters. They are individuals with families, changing goals, and shifting definitions of success. Balancing professional ambition and personal fulfillment is a continuous endeavor. The willingness to review, to ask what comes next, rather than what is safe, is typically a sign of maturity, not dissatisfaction. Tanner NOVLAN's remarks indicate that he is at that stage, critically analyzing how his employment fits into his life. Fans' emotional reactions indicate how strongly his portrayal connected with them. Messages of encouragement, thanks, and hope have poured in, with many highlighting that no matter what decision he chooses, his effect will be remembered. That type of response is unusual and meaningful. It demonstrates the importance of consistent, emotional performance as well as the special link that daytime actors have with their audiences. Finally, the statement, "Goodbye, Finn," may out to be premature, capturing a moment of collective dread rather than a definitive ending. Soap operas rely on uncertainty, the gap between what is claimed and what actually occurs. Tanner NOVLAN's future appears to be in that space right now, defined by potential rather than finality. Whether he remains a prominent presence on The Bold and the Beautiful, takes a temporary hiatus, or finally moves on to new ventures, his time as Finn has already left an indelible impression. What matters most is not the fear of the end, but the gratitude for what has been accomplished. Finn's path, as depicted by NOVLAN, provided spectators with moments of serenity among turbulence, love amid betrayal, and integrity in the face of temptation. Those moments do not evaporate simply because the future is unclear. They are still part of the show's history and the audience's emotional landscape. As supporters wait for clarity, patience may be preferable to panic. Careers change, storylines shift, and goodbyes might be stops, transformations, or preludes to something new. Tanner NOVLAN's big news invites meditation rather than sadness, enabling viewers to believe both the actor's intuition and the enduring qualities of the character he helped create. Whatever happens next, Finn and the performances that made him memorable will not be easily forgotten. In a genre characterized by perpetual change, this type of legacy is its own form of permanency. As the talk about Tanner NOVLAN's future progresses, it becomes evident that this is a transitional phase rather than a loss. Transitions are painful, especially for audiences who want familiarity, but they are also where growth occurs. Finn's appearance on The Bold and the Beautiful changed perceptions of what a main male character could be: gentle without weakness, ethical without hubris, and emotionally open without excess. That influence does not fade merely because the future is unknown. Longtime fans' devotion to Finn is based on more than just romance or story twists. It's based on representation. Finn demonstrated that goodness might exist in a society based on temptation and betrayal. He demonstrated that love does not have to be explosive to be important. That type of persona makes an impression, regardless of how much screen time is ahead. Tanner Novlan's willingness to explore his destiny mirrors a larger reality about storytelling. No story remains powerful if it never evolves. Actors develop, audiences expand, and shows must change to be relevant. Whether Finn's adventure continues unabated, pauses for a while, or takes a quieter path, the character has already accomplished something important. He mattered. He altered the emotional flow of the show. He gave spectators someone to cheer for without reservation. Rather than seeing this moment as an ending, it may be more beneficial to view it as a chapter break. Soap operas are ideally suited to this kind of flexibility. Characters depart, return, reinvent themselves, and occasionally surprise everyone by reappearing when least expected. The door is rarely locked permanently. So, instead of saying farewell, perhaps it is better to say thank you for your performances, vulnerability, and consistency. Whatever course Tanner Novlan takes, the foundation he laid as Finn ensures that his presence will continue to reverberate throughout the tale and in the hearts of viewers. In the ever-changing world of daytime television, this type of resonance is the truest form of staying power.